Hello, how are you? Hope everyone's well. I am, of course, my usual bizarre self, I guess. Now, I am going to briefly talk about a few things that I find interesting. Now, sometimes I'll talk about gemstones, and that's what I'm going to do this time. But I'm going to be relatively quick about it. I don't want to go too deep in detail, but I think there's some interesting bits for these little side things that you should know about, right? Because it might help you come up with some nice uses of gemstones in your stories. Whether they be a game or fiction or what have you. So, in this particular one, I'm going to talk about peridot. Now, peridot is interesting. Peridot is sort of a green stone, and it's formed in magma, like core magma, like diamonds in that regard. It's formed under a lot of pressure and heat. It's a very common thing to find, but it's a pretty stone. It's pretty sort of olive green color. It's not quite like an emerald or a chrome dioxide. It's more of an olive green color or a yellow green color, although it does range in color quite a bit. But it's interesting. It's a neat stone. It's pretty. It's not that hard. It's 6.5 to a 7, so it's not one of the harder ones, but it's still, it's not that soft either. It's very popular. But what I'm talking about here, because I think it's a neat stone, I think it's a pretty stone, but I'm talking about pallasites. Now, pallasites is a word you probably haven't heard often, unless you're a nerd for stones and meteorites and such. You can find peridot in meteorites. They're called pallasites, and they're expensive. They're expensive as all get out, because there aren't many of them, to be honestly. There've been only a few found throughout the world. Let's see, I read somewhere the history of them. First one was identified in Russia. It was actually named after the geologist who found it, or naturalist, I guess, a Peter Pallas, as opposed to the Pallas asteroid, which some people seem to think, but it's not actually true. There are only 61 pallasite falls to date that anyone's found. But here's the thing. It is sort of an interesting matrix of normal iron composition that you find in most meteorites, mixed in with this gemstone quality as well, a matrix of gemstone to it. And they come in a lot of different varieties, and if you go and look them up, you'll see a lot of different things. But every once in a while, someone will get a gem quality peridot out of it. Now, peridot, normally is not the most expensive stone in the world. There are certainly some, but it's some cost to it. But it's not like a super rare emerald or super rare ruby or anything. It doesn't usually pull that much money. But pallasite one that falls from the sky. One recently went up for auction. Nobody bought it. Why? Because it was $3 million. That's right, $3 million for a stone. Now, when you're putting together your notion of the star metal sword guy, it might be cool to have one of those pallasites as the piece in the hilt. The gemstone that comes in the hilt. That, you know what I'm talking about. That would be kind of cool. I think it would be cool. Anyway, I was just thinking about pallasites and the peridot, and I thought they were neat, and I was doing some checking up on them, and I thought I'd share, because I think they're neat, and you might find them interesting yourself. They can be found various places around the world. A lot of them have fallen in Russia, because Russia's big. A lot of them have fallen in Antarctica. Again, it's big. A few of them have fallen in China. You're seeing a theme here. Lots of big places that have ended up with a few repeaters. But there was some found in Kansas, Chile, Argentina, a few other places. So it's sort of scattered all over the world. And I love the notion that there's gemstones floating around in space that might just fall to Earth. There's something kind of magical in that. Anyway, that's my thought. I thought I'd share it. And now I'm going to leave you to your own ideas of how to use that. Subscribe, like, share with all the people, and I will talk to you later, probably tomorrow. Yes, it seems likely I'll be talking to you tomorrow, unless the storms wipe me off the map tonight, because we're going to have storms, and they might wipe us off the map. So, subscribe, like, share with all the people, and hug someone, and go buy a gemstone or something. You know, be nice. Be cool. We cool. Oh, yeah. I should, like, end this. Night.